What up, world? It's your boy Mark Waldo Ward, G from the shop, S.D.E number 5. Given it's January, we're gonna go ahead and dedicate this episode to the Black Mamba, the rest in paradise, Kobe Bryant. Um, I guess the best way to do it is just to start from the top. This is gonna be good vibes only, so we're gonna talk about all the great memories and experiences that Kobe provided us over the years. So, I mean, G, let's start with you. When did you first become aware of Kobe Bryant? Was it the McDonald's game?
Yeah, like a little bit before that, because I was always with Slam Magazine. Been getting Slam Magazine since the Larry Johnson issue 1, you know what I'm saying? So, been reading about Kobe when he was coming out of high school, all that. That '96 draft, one of the greatest drafts ever, and he the best player out of that jump. Bubba Chuck second, you know what I'm saying? But Kobe coming out of that jump, that might be the most lopsided trade ever. Vlade Divac for Kobe Bryant, man. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying?
up there. Did you see the McDonald's game?
Man, the dunk contest, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you knew Kobe was gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? That how much he emulated Mike already from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? His father, he had them genetics, you know what I'm saying, with his father playing. Man, the thing is, like, man, him taking Brandy, Moesha, you know what I'm saying, to the prom. Like he had that vibe already. He ain't cared, you know what I'm saying? He ain't cared who he was. He trying to go at you, man. And like no, even though you Michael Jordan, I want to go at Mike. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell that from the jump from Cole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he definitely had no fear. So since you was aware of him, and it's no question your basketball knowledge and fandom is unparalleled. The Lakers had a mean backcourt when he got drafted. Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones. And the only question I had was, I had no question because, yeah, I know you remember a lot of people, especially them old motherfuckers, was on that stupid since you coming from high school, yada yada, dumb shit. My only question with him initially was like, it seemed to me it was gonna be hard for him to find playing time on that team. What do you remember about Kobe when he first came to the NBA? And did you ever have any thoughts about him cracking that backcourt?
Nah, because they was bringing them along slow. You could see that shine. He would show it from time to time in limited minutes. You know what I'm saying? But they brought him along slow. He had some good people managing. Man, you
Minus
talking
the
about
coach, Dale
and
Harris.
Logo was in the building. Jerry West. You know what I'm saying? Like Kobe, like
Byron Scott was on that team. That was his veteran.
yeah, I ain't even going. Shout out Byron Scott. I ain't gonna slight him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying,
I mean,
Kobe.
he's a good veteran to have though when you're a rookie. You know how they have like each rookie gets a veteran.
I ain't never heard. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he had a hand in Kobe, but like people bringing him along, Kobe said from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Mike helped him along the whole way. You know what I'm saying? Could call Mike anytime he wanted. You know what I'm saying? Get advice. That was like his. That was Mike's little brother. You know what I'm saying? In basketball, like man, Kobe was a student already of the game, so he was a gym rat from the jump. Like he wanted to be better than all them dudes. So we ain't know it, but he knew it. Kobe knew it, and we seen glimpses from the beginning. But
Well, when you saw him shoot them air balls in the playoffs against Utah, I know you have an astute basketball mind. Myself personally, when that happened, I saw how, this is before first take and everything, but they still would kind of get their little digs in on Sports Center. But I knew that was a good thing, you know.
nah, I knew, and he's never revealed. He went straight to the lab right after that. He ain't go home, none
Nah,
of
nah,
that.
nah, nah. You ain't doing that story justice. When you say he went
Nah,
straight to the lab, what he do?
that's not.
He ain't take a
What?
shower.
And that's what I'm telling you. He was a serial killer on that court, man. He was destined, and he was, even if he wasn't destined, he was going to make himself destined to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Stayed in the gym. Air balls, yeah, I'm that kid that shot the air balls, man. The way Mike and Tim Hardaway, Grant Hill, and all them was talking about him in the locker room going at everybody in that 98 All-Star game, Michael Jordan's last joint with the Bulls. Like, man, they knew. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna get to that, but before we get to that All-Star game though, since we talking about All-Star, All-Star weekend, I know you remember the dunk contest you won.
Man, he doing the karate moves, putting that joint between his legs, the shoe game, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, man. He
Do,
and
do,
man,
do you think because of the way we saw him in his last couple of years that his earlier athleticism was underrated? Because let me tell you something, man. I listen to a lot of podcasts, right? And I hear people talking about the footwork and the work, and they said at his best he was an above average NBA athlete. And I've heard a few guys that are supposedly, like not in the know. And in my head, I'm like, nah, man, he was much better than an above average NBA athlete.
nah, that's because people be hating. At the same time, I done left him out of my top three, you know what I'm saying, before of
Oh
dunkers.
yeah, nah, he ain't up there, but
No, but if you look back, he is up there, maybe top six dunkers, game dunkers, early joints, some sneaky older joints. Kobe, like Mike, you know what I'm saying? Mike game evolved. Mike dunked on everybody in the league. But then after a while, he still dunked on people from time to time, but not as much. And that fall away jumper that Kobe patented too, you know what I'm saying, was the go-to for both of them. They could shoot over anybody from anywhere, all that, man.
The peak dunking on people. Kobe was what was the 6-man Kobe that got a lot of playing time and made to the All-Star game. Were you watching the Lakers at the time where he was a 6-man, but he still won the fan vote in the All-Star game? I believe he was averaging about 18, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember how much he was averaging, but I remember all that happening. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But did you actually watch the Lakers play? Did you watch how he was being used at the time?
He was getting more minutes than he was as a rookie. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said. They were seeing them glimpses, and that's how you do. You get more minutes.
Man, they would just let him run the second unit. I mean, he wouldn't necessarily bring the ball up, but it was basically like just go get it. And man, he used to get it over 3-4 people. I mean, not just the athletic ability about the dunking. Like I feel like there's the two sections of the career by the number supposedly, but I feel like the younger Kobe was an underrated finisher, like both hands, layups, rolls, hooks, putting his body between the defenders, scoops. Like I feel a lot of aspects of Kobe's game people forgot.
No, ain't nobody forget. He was a good finisher with the number 8 and the number 24. Like he may be one of the best finishers ever. Like, you know what I'm saying, hands down around that rim. We gotta go back and look at them and one numbers, because I guarantee he's up there with some of the top and one dudes ever. Motherfucking just I'm telling you, like, he knew the footwork, the fundamental. Tim Duncan, big fundamental. Kobe is the most fundamentally sound ever. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan is raw, uncut dope, and Kobe just added fin now in that motherfucker and just made it lethal.
Hey, another feather in his cap, G, is he played in hand checking and was just as effective in hand checking as when there was no hand checking.
Man, because his IQ, he knew how to use his body. He stayed going to the free throw line. You know what I'm saying? On the other end, he gonna wear your ass out because he gonna strap just like Mike was strapping. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget his playmaking ability, because people talk about he's a gunner, and yeah, he shot a lot of shots.
I mean, he had to. Somebody had to shoot on those teams. It wasn't
No,
going to be
but if you
Smoosh
go
Parker
back,
and Kwame Brown.
if you go back and look at the numbers, you will see somebody that averaged six assists his whole career. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't do that shit in the damn men's league. You know what I'm saying? So they love to look, and that's the other thing. He one of the most hated on. It was like they loved hating on Kobe. So they always look for holes and shit on slight him for, you know, imitating or duplicating what Mike did. And ain't nobody never did that shit. And ain't nobody never gonna do it again, man.
But we still jump way ahead. So let's get back to that infamous All-Star game. Do you remember him waving the pickoff from Karl Malone? And if so, what was your thoughts?
I remember him doing all that. I remember him talking about I got Mike. Like he wanted to guard Mike. Mike was cooking him. Mike was cooking him too. Rest in peace, Kobe. Like you, my man. I love you, Kobe. But he wanted that matchup, and you know, Mike.
You think he was wrong for waving the pickoff?
Man, no. Kobe is Kobe. Kobe is the second best player ever. He ain't wrong for shit on that court,
Man, bruh. Like that's how you could tell who was the old people that need to get out of sports, because it's an All-Star game. He don't need no pick. The whole point of the All-Star game is supposed to show who can get it at each other. You know what I mean?
Talking about Karl Malone. Karl Malone was doing that shit for 20 years, and he just thought that was the time to fucking take us set a screen.
I mean, yeah, and that's cool. I'm talking about how he acted afterwards and shit.
Man, that's good and fine. Kobe's Kobe. He ain't do shit wrong. Fuck that. Kobe had motherfuckers shook out there. Grant Hill ain't want to get on no poster. He was scared. And Grant Hill was at the top of his game back then, you know what I'm saying? And Grant Hill was a top dog athlete too, but he ain't want that smoke jumping up there with Kobe back.
So then moving along, you know, not just the air balls with the Jazz. Do you remember that period where the Lakers were advancing deep in the playoffs, but they were losing, and people were saying that Kobe and Shaq couldn't win together before they won a title?
Nah, I see you gonna ask me all this like I'm a Lakers fan, but I don't remember all these moments. But I remember when they was losing, couldn't get over the hump, and I had no doubt that they was gonna get over the hump because Shaq.
So you do remember it?
No, but I'm just saying, like I can't put my hand like you playing Jeopardy over there, like like I'm just saying, like.
Well, see, I'm trying to walk through the progression because, like, I feel like the constant evolution of Kobe was like just an upward spiral.
This is what I knew when Shaq left Orlando for LA. I knew Shaq was gonna get a ring.
So you over there playing Jeopardy,
but I knew Shaq was gonna get a ring, guaranteed.
Right?
Because if him and Penny had stayed together and then Penny stayed healthy, you know what I'm saying, they would have definitely got a ring there. But I knew Shaq was going to get a ring. And then to see Kobe turn into, you know, Kobe, you know, he was already, but start getting that NBA swag and get that NBA confidence, all the skill was bubbling, you know what I'm saying? And put that work in and put it together. You seen that shit. It was Michael Jordan and then with a motherfucker like Shaq. Like, you knew that shit was going to happen. I ain't had no doubt. Like, the Sacramento Kings with Vlade Divac and Chris Webber, they ain't have a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Out of all them series, all
them was some fun-ass series.
Out of all them Western Conference series, who you think gave them the best run? You know, the
Kings.
Shaq, Kobe, the Kings?
Yeah, the Kings. Most definitely. And then Detroit beat them. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel like that's almost an asterisk because the situation's involved, but we could get into that. So you do remember those first three titles?
Detroit took that shit though.
Oh yeah, they earned it. They earned it.
Detroit took that shit, and all that talk like after that, you know what I'm saying? Kobe can't win without Shaq, this and that. You know what I'm saying? See, I don't want to jump too far here. You want, you know? I'm just saying, man, like
because you know,
after Shaq left, I knew Kobe was going to get a ring. Just like I told you, I knew Shaq was going to get a ring going to LA. When Kobe and Shaq split up, you seen Shaq get a ring quick with the Heat, blah, blah, blah. But I knew, just like Michael Jordan think, Kobe was watching all that shit and putting that work in, and I'm gonna get me some more rings. You ain't gonna say I can't win without Shaq, and he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did. I gotta give you just one bit of pushback though about the about the Kings. What about the Blazers? The Blazers were stiff competition that one year with the infamous alley oop.
That Rashid now.
Yeah, Scotty, Rasheed, Bonzi Wells,
Yeah, that was one of my
Steve
favorite
Smith.
teams to use on the I
On the
don't know what was it, the live back then. It might have been the
Yeah, it was
live back then.
alive.
Man, I used to love. Man, did they? Who else did they have? They had Bonzi. Who else they had? They had some of my favorite.
They had somebody
They
who didn't play a lot, but when you played the video game, they could dunk ridiculously.
they had young Zach Randolph,
Yeah,
Damon Stoudemire. They had a mob. That was that's the jailblazers. You know what I'm saying? But I love, that's we always fucking with the trouble motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That was my mob, and Rashid, my man for life.
yeah, Steve Smith. I mean, those were some great series, bro. So when the Lakers won them three titles with Shaq and Kobe, is there any years or moments that stand out to you? Like I remember one of my favorite moments was I don't even remember what year, but I remember Shaq couldn't play in the fourth quarter of like an important game because he was in foul trouble, and Kobe just like straight took it over, and that was like when he showed like, yo, I'm that deal.
Yeah, yeah, and at the same time, you gotta remember Shaq was averaging like 40 and 20 in the finals and some shit like
Yeah,
that. And for Kobe, look, just like similar to remember back before my time, you know what I'm saying, when Magic was a rookie and Kareem couldn't play in that finals, you know what I'm saying, and Magic step in and get that 40, 48, 16, and 12 or some shit like that as a rookie. Like, that's that mindset Kobe had. I'm going to step it up when we need that shit. I'm going to step it up when we don't need that shit. I'm turning into, like you said, that guy. Man, with a dude like Shaq, too, an alpha dog like that, man, and it still shine through as a youngin', too. As a
yeah.
youngin', killer.
Did you ever give the Nets and the 2 years they played the Nets? You know, Kenyon Martin, Richard Jefferson, Jason Kidd. Did you ever even give them a shot, or just no?
Nah, I ain't. You knew that wasn't going to happen, but, you know, it wasn't even sexy to watch. That shit was
It
just
wasn't.
pause, you know what I'm saying? But
You remember Todd McCullough, the center on the Nets?
that big Todd McCullough played with the
It was so uncompetitive, man.
he played with the Sixers on that Sixers team with Bubba Chuck too.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, the Sixers got them one, but that year was like the most dominant because that was the only game the Lakers lost that whole time.
Which one? Oh, what the
That
Bubba
that play
Chuck
that
guy?
yeah that playoff year, the only playoff game that they lost that whole year was
But
against, you
see,
know.
that's the greatness of that number two out of that draft class of '96. Like I said, Iverson is up there with that. It's only a handful of, and Iverson put that stamp on Kobe too. Like, man, he's the LeBron, Michael Jordan debate. Y'all motherfuckers must have forgot about Kobe, man. That axe murderer on that court, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's only a handful that I put in that category, and that's Mike, Kobe, Dwayne Wade, Bubba Chuck. You know what I'm saying?
You know a category that don't get enough love, and a lot of those people you just said will qualify. Because I mean, let's keep it real, bro. Most of the players in the NBA is from situations like us. Like, you know, there's a few like Curry that came up okay, and Christian Laettner, I guess, was, but you know, they regular dudes from regular backgrounds, and there's some they don't get entitled no matter what. They play hard, so it's worth the price of admission to watch them. And you know, Kobe was gonna play hard. You was always gonna get your tickets for Bubba Chuck, Jordan. You know,
Russell Westbrook.
yeah, and that's why the fans have so much love for those players.
Nah, you got it. Man, that's why you play, man. You play. I was taught that from a young age. You know, you play like it's your last play, like it's the last time you're gonna play. And when you less talented, you gotta play super hard. So when you see the greats playing that hard, you gotta do it. This like don't sit here and tell me that's my style of play. And sometimes that is some people's style of play. That slow, that cool play, Bradley Beal type of dude, but Motherfucker, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but
Them
Bradley
still.
Beal fighting through screens though. You know, at least he played
No,
hard when he got to.
Brandon came. He done surprised. He done showed a lot of growth, man. And that come from having to play without John Wall all the time. You know what I'm saying? He done showed a lot of growth, but man, on that Kobe level, Michael Jordan level, you know, that's number one and number two, man.
So before we get off the three Laker championships with Shaq, who is your favorite teammate of Kobe's? Like who else did you really like on those teams? And don't say Shaq. Like me personally, I fuck with Ori.
I I'm not even gonna say them teams. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking my. See, you want them from them first three?
Yeah, because we'll get to the next two. Like there had to be someone else you like. Like there's always somebody you like the way they ball. I mean, it could be Ron Harper.
Oh man, how could I forget about the consummate pro, man? You gotta shut out Ron Harper. Ron Harper was playing the point guard too, you know what I'm saying? Ron. Like nobody, cause I don't like the Lakers, you know what I'm saying? Like
Got you.
it was Kobe and Shaq, you know what I'm saying? Big Shot Bob hit some good shots, you know. I never liked Dirk Fisher.
Remember Glenn Rice was on that first team that won?
He was washed cloth material.
Yeah.
He was washed all up. Rick Fox, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Brian,
Nah,
you know, I used to like Brian Shaw.
I ain't never liked Brian Shaw.
And he had a little bit of handle he could pass.
Man, I was never a Brian Shaw fan. I ain't never liked none of them, like for real, straight up. Shaq and Kobe, maybe a little bit of Robert Horry early when he was with the Rockets, but I'm a
Banging
Bulls
on
fan.
Bama's from Alabama. You know, he was on the same team as Latrell Sprewell in college and shit, but let's not distract from the Kobe shit.
Nah, they had a couple. They had David Benoit on that team too. What played for the Jazz?
Yeah, I remember David Benoit.
Jumped out the gym.
So between, you know, the Lakers winning them three titles and them becoming a factor again, Kobe had several years where he led the NBA in scoring, won MVPs, had the 81-point game. Well, what sticks out in your mind about that? Actually, and that's also like when his shoes first started becoming really popular.
No, see, his shoes, I was wearing his shoes in 10th grade, 11th grade, Mark. And I'm going to tell you now.
The Adidas jumps?
Adidas, when playing basketball, them.
Oh, yeah, I had the Adidas jumps. I meant it's Nikes. I'm sorry.
No, the Nikes came later.
I had both of the Adidas, the Crazy Eights and the real space shoes looking Jones.
The greatest basketball shoe ever right here.
Yeah.
I had these in black and white, and I bought the soles off these bitches.
Why was they the greatest?
Because they was the most comfortable, and I was hooping. You know what I'm saying? I was getting busy back then. That was 10th grade and 11th grade. I started dunking and stuff. So summer league, I was out camp out New Jersey, shit like that. And I was playing in them bitches, man. Balled the soles off them motherfuckers, man. I'm telling you, the greatest basketball shoe ever, man. And when them came back out, I ain't get to the shoe store and get them, man. I'm mad as shit, man.
All right, my bad. So excuse me. So between the two title runs, you know, he had the Nikes. I'm pretty sure the fours, which is supposedly like the shoe the most NBA players wear, came out. He had the 81-point game, numerous scoring records. Is there anything? The great Olympic run. Is there anything that sticks out in your mind about that time? Like, what's your memory? I know you said you're not a Lakers fan, but you said you like Kobe. So what are your memories of the between titles, Kobe's?
With that Lakers team, you got over there, man, L.O. I've always been a Lamar Odom fan.
But we're talking about before the next round of titles. I'm talking about between. Because, you know, he hit the 81 between, so we got to cover it.
I just remember Jalen Rose, getting cooked. I don't remember the in between who was on there.
I'm pretty sure he had an All-Star MVP. Didn't he throw the ball off the backboard and catch it like Tracy McGrady in an All-Star game?
Who? Kobe?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
He had some great moments. I'm pretty sure he had like a 50-point half.
No, his whole career is stellar. from 96 to what? They played 20 years.
Yeah, the whole lot.
18, 19 years, with the Achilles and all that. But it's, dog, unparalleled. You talking about, that's really unparalleled. There's a lot of motherfuckers know more about sports than me, but Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant is the benchmark. You know what I'm saying? You seeing Jordan symbol on the front of most NBA jerseys now. You know what I'm saying? If there was no Michael Jordan, they'd be talking about Kobe symbol on that joint. You know what I'm saying? The Mamba.
Skill wise, what was your favorite aspect of his game?
Kobe?
Yeah.
Oh, the footwork with the triple threat. He don't even put the ball on the floor yet.
For those that don't know, triple threat is a way to hold the basketball in which you can shoot it, pass it, or dribble it.
Motherfuckers know what triple threat is. If they don't Google this shit, they know what that shit is. If they watching that shit, man, triple threat is him. Michael Jordan was, he got it from Mike. He copied Mike and he made it even cleaner. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody triple threat come close to that but Carmelo. You know what I'm saying? Hands down. And to me, that's the most important aspect on the offensive side of the basketball is triple threat, because you don't even have. I be telling G all the time, master that shit, because once you jab, step, ball fake, shit like that, you can fake a motherfucker out without even putting the ball on the floor. You feel me?
All right, so this will segue into what I want to talk about. What do you think is the most impressive accomplishment of Kobe's? Because mine will segue into the titles, the last two.
Overcoming all the scandal and being able to sit up there in front of the whole world and say, I did wrong, fuck the pride, I want my family, and then flip that and keep your family. You ain't never heard nothing else bad about them. God bless the dead, man. Ain't nobody out this motherfucker perfect. And everybody wanted to poke and prod, but he turned and flipped that shit and do what he did and make dudes that would have never seen a ring get a ring, get 2 rings. You know what I'm saying? Made Pau Gasol the first Battle Hall of Famer, man. And he was like a coach on the court. You know what I'm saying? And that's the other thing. That's the other. You talking about other than his game, like the IQ, dog. IQ, man. The smartest dude. Like most good players don't even transition good into being a good coach. And he was on his way to being one of the best girls coaches out here. And it's hard coaching girls, I'm telling you. But I swear he was on his way to becoming one of the greatest ladies, women's coach ever, coaching his daughter. And, Zach Randolph's daughter was on that team too,
Damn. So the most impressive thing I think he did as an athlete was winning those 2 titles. The Celtics team that they beat was phenomenal. The team that they beat might have been better than the Celtics team that won the championship. I mean, I know this is a Kobe thing, but that Celtics team had everything you needed. They could go big, they could go small, they were deep, they had ball handlers, they had shot creators, they had people that could get it at the end of the shot clock. And the way Kobe not only willed, himself and his team, to me is almost he willed focus into Lamar Odom and let's say determination into Paul Gasol, and that was just one of the most impressive things I ever seen in basketball. Well, what do you remember about those title years? Because I know you know those teams well.
How he was averaging stupid numbers like 28, 7, and 6, 36 and 5 and 2 steals.
Did you notice how he lifted his teammates' play up?
No, that's what I'm saying. You talking about that Celtics team was better than the one that won the championship. The difference is they didn't have a motherfucking angry Kobe who had lost the prior year and took notes just like Michael Jordan used to. and said, fuck that. I'ma barbecue these motherfuckers. They don't know who they fucking with.
Who is your second favorite player on that team?
I always loved Power Gasol, but Lamar Odom, man, 7 foot, 6'11", playing point guard, averaging 11 and 10. He was averaging 11 and 10 that finals. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know,
That's super.
we ain't talk about Phil Jackson at all. You know, another impressive thing is how he reconciled with Phil Jackson and brought him back into the fold, and you know that had to have contributed to the ability to win a title. And there ain't too many people, too many super, not even a supernova stars that can do that. You don't hear about that happening.
No, but you got to remember that triangle offense was perfect for Mike, and it was perfect for Kobe because you ain't dominate the ball. You could play off the ball and still cook. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Tex Winter, because he was part of all them staffs. Jim Clemens, all the Bulls coaches was on that Lakers roster. You know what I'm saying? On that staff. You know.
And you know, I just want to reiterate something you said about the impressive thing about how he brought his family back together. You know, there was a very messy situation with that a lot of couples in America don't recover from, and not only did they recover from it, they thrive from it. I thought the whole girl dad thing was impressive. It was super impressive about how he found identity after his career and he wasn't searching for himself.
It's hard to walk away from that spotlight. Last game you dropped the mic after 60. You know what I'm saying? You've had 81. You got 5 rings. You up there with the talk of Michael Jordan, and you comfortable with going to. And that's the thing when you still love what you're doing. And he loved coaching, man. He loved teaching the game, and everybody that played for him was loving that, man. Zach Randolph said it, man. He said, man, I right after he was living in Memphis, man. He called Kobe, man, I'm about to come out there, man. Can you get a spot for my daughter? And 7th, 8th grade, Zach Randolph's daughter, 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? So she a beast. She good. You know.
Right.
And Kobe told him straight up, man, she gonna have to see how she messed with the other girls, you know, playing no favorites or nothing. You know what I'm saying? It made her work harder just to catch up with the other ladies on the team and all the work they didn't put in, and they embraced her. And it was she only got to play a couple months with her, and she was loving it, man. Zach Randolph was loving it. Zach Randolph put that stamp on Kobe on how he taught the game, because everybody know that mama mentality, but he was teaching and nurturing and developing them young ladies, man. And you definitely was going to see him in the coaching booth, man, soon, man.
Before we get out of here, I want to tell a story I know that I heard recently. Isaiah Thomas, not Hall of Fame Isaiah Thomas, but Isaiah Thomas from the Celtics, and he was on the Wizards last year. He was on Chris Haynes, a Yahoo Sports podcast, I believe it's called Posted Up, and he was talking about Kobe. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like this part of the story, but that year against the Wizards, when he knocked the Wizards out when they went 7 games in the second round to go to the conference finals, when he had the hip issue, he said that he reached out to Kobe, not quite cold calling, but you know they didn't have a relationship like that, and asked him what he could do. And Kobe got on FaceTime with him, and they both was on tablets or laptops breaking down the film. And Kobe was telling him what he could do and what adjustment he could make when he sees this and when he sees that. You know, speaking to your point about how he saw the game 3 steps ahead, and he helped him through the Wizards series. And then the thing that Isaiah Thomas said that really stuck out in my mind was Kobe told me that these things would happen 3 games from now when they made these adjustments, and 3 games later it was actually happening. And I know you know what this means, but I want anybody who's hearing this to sit there and think about that. This guy watching footage of 2 teams that he's not playing for on a laptop told an NBA player the moves that the other team would do in response to the moves Kobe was telling him or the strategies he was using to make 3 games in advance. He predicted, not even predicted it because it's more than a prediction. It was a certainty because it happened. And the level of basketball intellect it takes for that, like my level of basketball intellect doesn't even remotely approach that. I can't even comprehend how someone would know that.
when you play all your life and that's all you know, and like I was just coaching G at his game, and I can see a couple passes ahead. And the young 11, 10, 11-year olds, they don't see. Some of them do, some of them high IQ and see a couple steps ahead, but it don't it don't go well right now with that team because they see it one step ahead, throw the pass to the spot where the dude supposed to be, but that 10-year-old is a step behind. You know what I'm saying? That IQ, man, like to be a student of the game like that, man. When you love it, you know what I'm saying, and you see it and understand it. A lot of people see one part of the game, scoring,
Or they're only watching the ball when they watch TV.
Or only don't even notice what they seeing is spectacular. Because there's plenty of times I'm watching the game, and oh my goodness, I might rewind the joint back and show my wife, and she like that. It was just okay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It man, like chess master. You know what I'm saying? He played the game. He thought the game. He the GOAT 1A. You know what I'm saying? The way people like even LeBron high IQ, super high IQ, but like man, everybody look at Kobe like that. You know what I'm saying? LeBron and Anthony Davis and like myself, you know, still ain't right almost a year later, man. Coming up on the 26th, man. And you know, Vince Carter's birthday, January 26th. I've always known that because I always know my favorite player's birthday, you know, like Michael Jordan, February 17th. You know what I'm saying? But Kobe died on Vince Carter's birthday, and I know Vince his birthday ain't never gonna be the same. And it ain't never gonna be the same without Kobe, man. I'm still hurt. I couldn't even go to work the next day when Kobe died. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Man,
forever.
I'm sorry about your pain, but you know, saying never gonna be the same. I want to ask you one final question, and we can get out of here. Because I know you're hyper aware of the skill levels on the different levels of scoring and everything. And do you ever think we'll see a guard who has the back to the basket, low post footwork with the fadeaway over each shoulder, off both feet, like Kobe? Like, do you think the young players will even develop that skill with the emphasis on the three and close in scoring?
Now you got them now. You got some now. You know what I'm saying? Jason Tatum, tough. Jason Tatum, super tough, and I like his counterpart.
You think he got you? And I'm not disagreeing at all. I'm just curious. You think Tatum got a decent post game?
And Jason Tatum and he's trying to be everything Kobe was. And you need to look at the skill set. Youngin got it. It's just he got to put it together. He got to put it all the way together. And mind you, he's only 23 years old, 24 years old. He's a baby. Man, let me tell you, he's been in the league for 4 years, right? And they got a rookie over there, Peyton Pritchard from Oregon. And he's a rookie. He's older than Tatum. You know what I'm saying? Tatum got that thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. And there's some other dudes out there. But like you would say Kawhi. You would say Kawhi is a forward. You would say Melo is a forward. Like Melo's back to the back basketball game is kind of unparalleled too, man. He first ballot Melo. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Jason Tatum, watch Jason Tatum. You talking about that next? Yeah, watch him.
Hey, bro, real quick, we're gonna do some sports TV show. I want you to tell me the answer that comes to your head immediately when I say these things. Kobe Bryant's best highlight.
Ben Wallace getting dunked on in the damn UNLV Center, man.
Kobe Bryant's best pair of shoes. Kobe Bryant's worst teammate.
Best and worst, Shaq.
Say what?
Best and worst, Shaq.
Oh yeah, how is Shaq the worst? Because their relationship.
Yeah, because they couldn't swallow their pride and just motherfucking make that shit work. Because they could have easily ran all 5. They wouldn't even have needed to go out and Coach, old Karl Malone, Gary Payton, all them. They could have ran all 5 easy, man. Shaq was the most dominant big man I've ever seen. And to have Kobe turning into Kobe, you got 2 dudes that's gonna average 30. You gotta look at how much, like Golden State with Clay, Steph, and KD, how much numbers they was putting up. Shaq and them was gonna put up them same numbers, man. They was already doing it before that, with the first 3, so they could have kept that thing going. Shaq, best and worst teammate. Best because the production, worst because they ain't make it work.
If you can travel back in time and watch any Kobe Bryant game live, what would it be?
That the last game, 60-point to drop the mic.
What would Kobe Bryant been like at Duke for a year?
It might have averaged 19 just because they would have mandated that shit. They would have made sure he ain't averaged more than 19. He would have looked like Maggette, but better. Because Maggette was that shit first year coming out. Corey Maggette was like that, but he would have looked better than Maggette.
First Kobe commercial that comes to your mind when I ask you about a Kobe commercial?
Oh, that motherfucking John, when Jalen Rose walk in, man, and Kobe say, man, he said, how many olives you want in your martini? 81.
For real? I would have thought you'd say not jumping over the car.
Nah, that 81 jump forever gonna be the GOAT.
Did you ever see Kobe perform that song with Tyra Banks?
No, I really don't remember. I remember Kobe was rapping, you know what I'm saying? But I really wasn't gonna pay that no mind because, like Shaq I had Shaq's tape, you know what I'm saying?
I did too.
And that joint went platinum, and with the Foo Snickers and Fife Dogs on that joint was cranking. But like rappers don't rap. I mean, the NBA players don't rap. I ain't going out to cop no Dame Lillard album. You know what I'm saying? So Kobe just said, I'll do whatever I want though. Kobe said, I'm a rap too. I'm gonna perform.
All right, well shit. Unless you got anything else, it's been a Positive Vibes Only S.D.E. number 5, celebrating the legacy of Kobe Bryant. You got anything, G?
No, God bless the dead, man, and all the passengers that was in that chopper, man. Kobe, GG, man. We're gonna put up a tribute for all the fallen, man. Still hurts to this day, man. Love you, Kobe. Rest in paradise, man. God, pray for the families, man.
Rest in paradise to the families, and please keep supporting women's basketball.
Most definitely. See, women's basketball, high IQ, man. Shout out Diane Lewis, Coach Diane Lewis. I work with one of the greatest ladies coaches ever, Edison High School head coach, Diane Lewis.
You ever want to see how players run their good footwork? Watch girls basketball. All right, this has been the show. Thank y'all.
Mark Waldo Ward, LAZ, you heard? Pottersville, Brownsville, Brooklyn, DC was good. The Big Fact Show, a.k.a. the Super Fact Show, where you get them super facts about the rap game. Nigga, tune in.